I with a couple around, let's bring in the man who called today's market sell-off and the drop yesterday as well. Mr. Ronald Reagan's budget director, David Stockman. All right, David, look, you can take a victory lap if you like, but I don't think you'll be very popular. But you did say on this program and elsewhere that if Ben even hints that he's going to quit printing money or slow it down, down we go on the stock market. You were right.
Yeah, well, that was the theme of my book. The Fed has become a serial bubble machine, that it's run by people who live in the world of the bubble blind. Bernanke proved that yesterday when asked, do you see any signs of bubbles in the U.S. economy? He said, I don't think so. When he was asked, do you think interest rates are too low? He said, yeah, that's because the economy's weak. I say, really? You have your big fat thumb on the market, on the scale. You've decreed the overnight rate will be 0 for 6 years. That's not the market. That's the Fed. The 5-year bond yesterday was 80 basis points. That's not the market. That's the Fed buying half of the new flow that's coming into the market every day.
So he is the market.
So there is no market. Price discovery has been destroyed. Interest rates simply are trading the flow of liquidity and the flow of words and the word clouds out of the Fed. They trade it by the second. This is dangerous, it's artificial, it's reckless, and there are huge bubbles. The market today...
Okay, look, the market's down, over 100 points on the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Yes.
Is this the start of things to come?
I think it may be the beginning of a correction, and just on time, 2 days ago, Goldman put out the cattle call. Come to the slaughter, the market's cheap, it's time to get in. It's going to 2,100 on the S&P. Now the point is, here's the truth. The truth is the only thing that is an honest earnings number is the trailing 12-month gap number. Because that's put into the SEC by CEOs and CFOs who are under law.
Hold on a second.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
I've got to explain it to you. I've got to explain to the audience. You said trailing gap. That doesn't mean much to most people, certainly not to me. What you're talking about is the profits which have already been reported by big companies.
Right.
Not only that, though,
we know what it is.
The market actually trades on non-GAAP numbers.
Well, of course I know it does.
That's the dishonest part about this. I know you don't like jargon, but I think that what I'm trying to clarify is when David is saying that there are two sets of numbers. The real numbers, which are reported to the SEC, and then the numbers when you exclude things that you say, well, this won't ever happen again. This was an anomaly. This would be a number. And while it sounds crazy, that's exactly what the market trades on. But you saying it, you say
let's take the difference. The market is trading on $110 of forward earnings. Actually, and that's the X items. That's with all of the losses and inconvenient items excluded. Actually, the trailing EPS ending in March, the last 12 months, was $87, and here's the point.
So you're saying the market's overvalued. That's all. All of this you're getting to the point is that the market is overvalued using traditional valuation.
Right, 19 times trailing, but here's the more important point. It's been at $87 for 6 quarters in a row on a trailing basis. The only thing the market is pricing is fantasy, Bernanke.
So this is fluff. Dow 15,200 is fluff. It should not be there. It should be much lower. And you think it's going much lower.
Yes, because if you look at October 2007, we were exactly at this point. 1560, 1570 intraday high on the S&P 500. Forward earnings were cheap, allegedly, $110 a share, the same one as we have today. Trailing was 19 times backwards.
Can I just say one thing?
You see what I'm saying? In other words,
don't confuse, whatever you say, don't confuse.
I'm not trying to confuse anyone, but here's the point. 2010 we had a 12% correction in April. 2011 a 16% correction. Last year we had a 9% correction. Consequently, the market turned around to go up 17, 13, and 9% each time. So what are you telling the audience? To brace for a small correction and weather the storm, or sell everything and batten down the hatches?
I would say we're at the same point we were 13 years ago. The market is way overvalued.
So a crash, a big-time crash.
It took us in 2007 when we hit this same day. Remember, in October 2009, there was a key reversal, just like yesterday. It took 7 months for the market to eventually crash, but it never exceeded the October 2007 high.
Look into that camera. Look into that camera. And you tell our viewers, sell everything or hold on? Which is it?
I would say get out of harm's way. This isn't a real market. The Fed doesn't know what it's doing. It's going to be changing its mind by the hour and the second. The market is going to be schizoid. You're going to go for a roller coaster ride. If you enjoy that, stay in. If you're prudent and you're cautious and you don't trust what these guys are doing, if you think the Fed is off the deep end, get out of harm's way.
I think I got it.
Just for the record, I disagree.
Okay. My head's
I
exploding.
don't disagree about the Fed, but I think people.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much.